To discuss all that and much more, I have with me a very special guest.
It's Nilesh Shah, the Managing Director of Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund.
यहाँ मैं बात कर रहा हूँ नीलेश शाह की.
I would like to introduce our first speaker, Mr. Nilesh Shah, Managing Director and CEO at Kotak Mahindra Asset Management. Mr. Shah has over 25 years of experience and has been a pillar in some of the most renowned financial services companies in India like Axis, ICICI and Franklin Templeton. He is an avid writer and a commentator and is most sought after for his views by various news channels, newspapers and websites.
HDFC share from 91 to 2015 has delivered 79,000% return. It is up 390 times. It has compounded return at 31%, a paltry number compared to 45% trading profit. But every time in AGM, there are people who are queuing up to thank Deepak Bhai that sir, आपकी कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट किया, आज बच्चे की शादी हो गई, बेटी की पढ़ाई हो गई, मेरा घर बन गया, रिटायरमेंट हो गई. And Deepak Bhai has to request all those people कि बस अभी आप बंद करो, मुझे काम भी करना है. There are people who have made 10,000% return in HDFC, 20,000% return in HDFC, 50,000% return in HDFC, and 79,000% return in HDFC. So for an ordinary person, my recommendation is that you should always remember this statutory warning, which no broker will ever give you. Trading is injurious to your financial health. Generally, trading benefits broker, very rarely investor. I'm sure many of you have car, and many of you will be owning Maruti car. Would you like to move from Maruti to Mercedes-Benz? Most people will say yes. Now the way to go from Maruti to Mercedes is that if 6 years ago, while buying Maruti Swift car, if you had bought Maruti shares, today by selling those shares, you would have got Mercedes-Benz. It just took 6 years to go from Maruti to Mercedes. Please don't tell your kids Aladdin ka story. Please don't tell your kids about Santa Claus. There's no Aladdin, there's no Santa Claus, there's no magic lamp. If you tell them stories of stock, if you tell them stories of how to pick up good stocks, it will work pretty well. Do you think India should retain its independence? Should we remain an independent country? 99% population believes yes, 1% will say that I'll think and talk to you. This is the ownership pattern of Indian equity. About 25% of India is already owned by foreigners. About 9% of India is owned by foreign direct investors. So 34% of your country is already owned by foreigners. We allowed foreigners to invest in India in 1994 on a portfolio basis. In 20 years, they have moved from 0 to 25%. How many more years will be required for them to go to 51%? 35 to 51. If foreigners own 51% of our companies, do you think we'll retain our economic independence? Think about it. It is important for us to retain independence of this country, not only in political format but also in economic format. And to retain that ownership 10 years, 15 years down the line, we'll have to invest today. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Please read scheme related documents carefully. Past performance is no guarantee to future performance. This presentation is not for solicitation of investment. These are official risk factors which we are supposed to announce. But one unofficial risk factor which I want to add from my side, by not investing into mutual fund, you are creating risk for your financial wealth. Please don't make that mistake. Finally, these are the 3 bandars of Gandhiji. They actually teach you don't worry about daily Sensex. Yesterday China went down, today North Korea blew some bomb, tomorrow something else will happen. In next 10 years, nothing is going to happen which we haven't seen in last 25 years. Interest rates will go up and down in next 10 years. We have seen them going up and down in last 25 years. There will be terrorist attack in next 10 years. We have seen them in last 25 years. There will be China, Greece, North Korea in next 10 years. We have seen them in last 25 years. Rupee will become volatile. We have seen it depreciating as well as appreciating in last 25 years. There will be political upheaval in next 10 years. We have seen prime ministers getting assassinated. We have seen governments falling. We have seen governments getting constructed. Any risk factor which you can visualize for next 10 years, we have seen, experienced and gone through it in last 25 years, and despite that we have created companies which have given value. So don't worry about daily Sensex movement. Don't bother too much about hype and noise. It is media's job to make noise, but you have to differentiate news from the noise. Don't bother about tips. They haven't worked in the past. They were unlikely to work in the future. What you actually need is a long-term investment. What you need is a regular investment. And what you need is an asset allocation. These are very, very simple basic tools, but they are very, very effective in making money.